What the
Hello, Internet! I hope you are all prepared for this Friday's Fanfiction Contempt Theater 9001, hosted by me, Sneaky Devil, joined today by Nose Hair Maybe, and Max Force.
Yeah.
I say
Nose
Nose
Hair's
Hair
probably
Maybe because he's like sort of here, but he's having mic issues, so he might just start screaming into the ether at some point. But
It's probably safe to say that he's just dead.
yeah, that too. But I got some lovely garbage for you all today, and with the sin counter is reset to 0. Now, this story was specifically gifted to us by Big Kitsune.
Oh no.
And, well, it's gonna be something.
Oh no.
Why
Why do they enable you like this?
So, only one chapter of this was posted so far. And to make
Okay.
yourself just despise this universe, it's already got 35 favorites. 35 people looked at this story and said, wow, this is great. At 8K words, I'm really loving where this story's going. With these fucking walls of goddamn text. Jesus Christ! It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah. You know, I'm starting to think that the only reason you don't like walls of text is because it's been so long since you actually picked up a book. You forget that most books are horrible walls of text. They just have indented paragraphs and they're on smaller pages than a computer screen.
Well, I mean, no, because I have a couple like print books here, and I got a couple ebooks, and the walls of text that ever occurred in the books, as far as I can recall, it was never grievous. It was like, okay, maybe there's a wall of text here, maybe there's a wall of text there, but it's like, this is just like the fucking Great Wall of China text. Like, this is just a solid block. There is no spacing. There is only words.
See.
Yeah, no, you do bring up a fair point, Z, because there is only 35 favorites in a Naruto crossover story, and that is fair enough. However, 35 people.
Oh, yeah, but actually another thing going for it, it is rated M. A lot of people don't actually look at the rated M stories.
That's true enough, yeah.
We know this from experience.
Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, before we begin, of course, I must remind everyone, as per Twitch and YouTube guidelines, whenever I finally get to uploading the previous 7 episodes up on YouTube, because I just haven't, because we get no views on YouTube anymore. We used to get 50. Now we get 2. So thanks, Google.
Well, keep in mind, because you're streaming on Twitch, Google doesn't like that.
Yeah, I guess.
Because Google is just like, no, use our service, even though it's worse.
I suppose,
Yeah, and then
suppose.
Twitch is
we'll
like,
also,
hey, if
we'll
you use
also
our...
forbid you from ever making streams if you screw up once. So yeah, don't use Twitch. Use
Oh
ours.
yeah, that's the best part about YouTube's system. It's like, somebody said they didn't like your content, so you're not allowed to have income for a month or more.
What the hell?
Well,
How
fuck
are
you,
people-
YouTube.
How are people actually making money off of YouTube streaming then?
Super chats.
Because they're good. Because they're good little boys and girls who listen to Daddy.
Okay,
YouTube.
so basically, once you get to the super chat levels of YouTube streaming, and that's sort of partnerish levels in the Twitch equivalency, you have a following by that point, and even small time YouTube streamers I see will get maybe a $50 donation every 10 minutes, and they go on for about 2 hours, 3 hours, and they do that maybe once a week. And that's just the super chats. On top of that, there's also all the clicks they're getting from the various videos and streams that they've become archived after their video's over. And it's just like... So they're making money on there, and it works. And it works until people go, I don't like your content anymore. And they report you. Fraudulently.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's enough waffling about why Twitch is better than YouTube when it comes to streaming, and let's get right on into this story. But because I'm already predisposed to disliking this story, I'm actually going to check out the reviews first to see what everyone else thinks.
I was going
about
to
this
say,
story.
Sneaky, if you're going to say YouTube's better than Twitch or Twitch is better than YouTube, both have a lot of fucking problems.
Well, yeah, both have a lot of problems, but that's like
Twitch's netcode is shit.
Okay, look, Twitch has gotten pretty stable in the past, year. Comparatively speaking to what it used to be like.
Yes! What?
We don't talk about that. Anyway. What the fuck are these reviews?
I don't know.
Good story. So great. Impressive story. Love this. Good work. Naruto's path of vengeance is complete. Now Gara should get love. At least, hey, Plums! I love you!
Something tells me these people self-insert. I don't know why.
Wait, what are the guest reviews down there?
Yeah, that's just, yeah. But Plums here is one of my favorite authors. She writes a very good Star Wars story. A very good Star Wars story. She updates so fucking rarely. But she does call them out on the walls of text. So anyway, let's get right on into this. So the author's note is basically, hey guys, I copied a large portion of this from a guy called Snafu the Great, and he gave me permission to do this. Blah, blah, blah. This is another thing. In the author's note, he says, I started writing this story a while ago, but I lost everything when my computer crashed. In 2018. Why aren't these documents backed up to one of the free millions of cloud services that now exist? It's not like these are sensitive fucking documents. It's not like this is your birth certificate you're uploading to these free servers.
Windows 10 already comes with a free one.
Well, yes. There's Microsoft's OneDrive. There's Dropbox. There's Google Drive, which has Google Documents attached to it, which is just... It's better than the old Word because it can actually learn words from Google searching.
It also doesn't cost $800 or $100 a year.
For the
which is dumb.
365 service, yeah.
Basically, I just still used Windows Word 2010.
Or LibreOffice or anything like that. But point being, there is so many good free services out there. Whenever I see an author be like, oh, I lost everything because my computer crashed and my hard drive blew up and my dog pissed on the keyboard. It's like, why the fuck is your shit not backed up somewhere? Jesus Christ, where are you living? 1990s with a dial-up connection?
How'd you know?
Yeah, how'd you know?
If you haven't noticed yet, I've done a bit of pre-drinking before.
You don't say.
Before this
I never
stream started. Because I got back from my job today, and Jesus Christ, my legs and feet hurt. So I was like, I'm out of pain medication. Alcohol works like that too if you drink enough. So I've just been mixing cider and vodka for the past 3 hours now.
Oh wow. That's That's not healthy.
No, I'll be fine. You know, now that Isley isn't here spouting her really degenerate and random ideas, I actually kind of miss her.
Oh, well, I mean, well, what's that saying? You don't know what you got till it's gone.
I mean, I guess. But this is more like our chat's a lot more lively until she's gone.
Well, if what I'm saying is correct, we also only have like 2 viewers.
I guess it's just a busy Friday for people. Yeah, and that's really sad because it's
Well,
like my voice is actually usable and I'm not coughing my lungs out.
Yeah, you're not sick.
Yeah,
You're
it's
not
like,
dying.
guys, after 3 whole podcast episodes of me dying on screen, I'm not sick anymore. No one's fucking here.
No one's here to appreciate it.
So anyway, then the author goes on to say that a fan really wanted me to finish this story, but I didn't want to, so I sent my files to a fan for him to finish it, because, yeah, that always goes so well. Here, have some files about a story you really didn't think about and just really enjoyed reading. Good luck finishing this. And you're just like, well, I don't know where you wanted to go with this. I don't know where I want it to go with this. And so it dies. It turns out it died. So we can all be surprised for 2.5 seconds, I guess. Imagine my shock, I guess one could say. It's been some time, so I want to finish it now. The folly of mankind is we as a species, truly believe we understand how the universe works. No, we know how the universe works for us. As a species. We know how the universe works for us. It's not a folly. It's the limited understanding of being a mortal, non-nigh omnipotent individual of ephemeral power. Ephemeral power.
You can say it, I believe.
Ephemeral?
Yes!
I'm just listening to this, and I'm like, why is he talking about EpiPens?
I heard
EpiPen power!
I heard it.
I heard Evercool. I heard Evercool, and I was like, the
For
fuck?
some reason, I heard him, and I'm like, epinephrine? What the fuck? Why is he talking about EpiPens and saying it badly?
How is it pronounced again?
I heard EpiPen, I heard Emmercool, and I'm just like...
I'm pretty sure the word you're wanting is ephemeral, right?
Ephemeral.
Yeah, and like you were doing a weird thing.
It's the drunk Jersey accent.
Hey, you're looking EPHEME, right?
No.
Yeah.
No, it's the opposite. I want the opposite.
Oh, you want epinephrine? Is that what you're wanting me to spell out?
Wait, my inability to use large words aside.
Okay. I mean, I can spell it for you if you want. Now that I know that you want me to spell out epinephrine.
I'll give you an epinephrine.
Please don't. I don't need a shot of adrenaline through my system at this moment. I'm
EpiPen,
not having a horrible
man.
allergic reaction.
The folly of mankind is blah 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 blah. Pointless pontificating, blah blah blah. Tower of Sauron fell after the One Ring was destroyed. When why are we talking like? I realize this is a Naruto Middle Earth crossover, but why are we just launching straight into an epilogue of the movies?
Because it's assumed that you've watched it at this point, I guess.
That or it's like, hey, for those of you who
I
are
mean, no, I don't have a problem with it.
don't know
I'm
what
just,
happened in Lord of the Rings.
I'm just really confused about how Naruto factors into this because apparently, so the movie's happened. We're in the epilogue. The day's been saved. Where exactly does Naruto fit into this? Is what I'm.
There's a new
confused
secret
with.
Dark Lord.
And it's Naruto Uzumaki.
Well, no, I mean there is technically a Dark Lord afterwards, like Miracle.
Well, yeah,
not,
that's true.
No, it's not Merkel. I misspoke. No.
Are you saying Fiona Merkel is
No,
not the true
no.
final boss?
It's Morgorth. Morgorth. I'm sorry. Morgorth. I don't know where the hell I got it. No, I'm sorry. Melkor. That's why I said that. Melkor. Melkor, the evil being of the
I
Middle
can't
Earth.
laugh. Laughing makes me die.
I'm
Ugh.
sorry for saying Merkel to anyone who's from Germany watching.
I'm
this.
not.
I'm sure I've now unsubscribed and stopped watching. I'm sorry.
It's really funny. I get emails occasionally now of because of how Twitch handles the emails when it tells you someone's following you. I'm getting people who followed me like 14 days ago. And then apparently at some point dropped me. And then like 2 weeks later found the podcast again, was like, oh, I like this, and followed me again.
Well, I mean, some people get like unfollowed sometimes. I don't know. It's weird.
Probably happens. A lot.
And the thing is, though, all these people are like, yeah, I'm just gonna sit there and watch and never interact with him. It's not like this is a busy chat. I got like maybe 1 to 3 people talking at best, usually. Usually it's just one. Talking to themselves. I get some people are like, let's put them on in the background. But it's like, am I really that good of a background noise? I kind of just scream and shout most of the time. I figure I'd be better with interaction than, he makes excellent background noise. I don't know if I should take that as a compliment or not.
I mean, some people like metal music, so I don't know, man.
That's true enough.
XD.
So anyway, blah blah blah, all the bad guys died and all the darkness went away, and the One Ring of Power didn't actually get destroyed, even though it was thrown into the mountain and all the bad stuff did die. The reason for this was because its purpose wasn't complete. The Ring of Power...
What?
Continued existing, transported itself out of the realm of Middle-earth to the desolate ruins of Whirlpool, the fallen home of the clan of Uzumaki.
Yes. Of course.
Fucking what?
I don't know.
I wonder why this story was never completed and not that many people like it. Yeah, it's a wonder for the ages, I suppose. Anyway, blah 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 blah. Walls of text. Naruto is being edgy. Naruto's commanding a squad of ninjas. Blah blah blah. His eyes glowed. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Naruto found the Ring of Power and subjugated everyone, and commanded the spirits of the Uzumaki, and his orders were absolute.
Yes, of course
Blah
they were.
blah blah. Flashback to 1 month ago. Blah blah blah. The villagers beat him a bunch. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah.
Why?
Everyone hates him, even though he's doing all of the canonical good
Sneaky.
things that make everyone like him.
Just read it and stop saying blah.
Fuck you! I'm just gonna hold down the plus button.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna give
Doing
this,
that again, huh?
Yep. No, this is gonna go up to around. Yeah, it's gonna go up for a while.
Just
What?
nothing.
This is why we shouldn't let you pre-drink.
Well, it's not like you can stop me.
One day Atin and I will be able to, and so will Nosehair when he's visiting.
Yeah, well, maybe you should make that day quicker then.
I mean, depends on how much money I'm able to get. If I'm able to get enough money or a job to pay rent, I might join you guys.
I think that's a solid number right there. I think that's a solid number.
We'll just put you like.
I'll sit in the basement.
No, we're not. No, basement's where we're probably gonna be pulling the alcohol.
Welcome to
We're not putting you down
the
there.
stream of pain and suffering, also known as
I literally couldn't
Fanfiction
even hear you,
Contempt
Matt.
Theater 9001.
I know. Sneaky was welcoming someone who just popped into chat.
Oh, hey, welcome. Someone joined in the chat.
Yay!
Hey, you guys were fucking talking about fanfiction shit anyway.
Sure
Sorry.
we were. Talking about how we're not sticking Ricky in the basement with all the alcohol.
No,
Said he'll be
Ricky's
too
going
drunk
in the
to drink.
basement with all the body pillows that Atin's collecting.
He only has one.
Are we going to be
Soon to
staging an
be two.
intervention for Atin soon?
Yes, we must intervene in Atin's obsession with my body pillow.
Should I get him the Camilla body pillow at some point just for a joke?
Yes.
Get a
Alright,
what?
I'm doing it. I'm gonna give him it when he comes down here.
Wait,
You
you're
should-
getting him what?
You should
I'm
give
gonna
him
get
a
him a
body
Camilla
pillow
body
of a
pillow.
trap. That's
A
what you should do.
Camilla?
Yeah.
From what?
Fire Emblem. Back to fanfiction. Back to fanfiction.
Back
We'll
to
discuss this
fanfiction,
later.
indeed. Anyway, so, blah, 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 blah. Naruto successfully captured Susuke, and he was returned to Konoha.
Konoha,
But,
yes, of course.
Naruto ate Chidori's. And, surely, with returning the Sasuke's to the Konohas, that everyone would like him. But no, they hated him so much, they banished him.
What? I'm sorry.
What?
Jiraiya would never do that.
With the
Tsunade
full
would never do
support
that.
of Jiraiya, who stole from him the Namikaze estates, and Senju and Tsunade, who have been stealing money from the Uzumaki accounts to pay off her gambling debts for years. But since
One of
Naruto
the-
was near the age of 13, she would have been cut off from it since his money, and wanted him dead so his money would be hers.
I'm sorry, the Fire Lord.
This is one fucking sentence!
What
This
the f-
paragraph is
Oh
a
my God.
single sentence.
So clearly, this person is just speed reading
Okay.
Naruto, hasn't read it at all.
Okay, so
And- wow.
Jiraiya, the godfather who literally died getting information that would keep his godsons safe,
Yes.
one smell away.
Yeah.
Tsunade, technically his cousin, who cares for him in like I can't replace your mom, but I can
Grandmother.
be this weird aunt for you.
Yeah.
Wants him dead. The Fire Lord, who is richer than any of the clans combined together,
Yep.
apparently wants his wealth.
And the
Yeah,
other members of the Konoha 11 all saw Naruto as the Kyuubi incarnate. And the Konoha Council... Now I'm just gonna hold down the fuck... Alright, for the rest of this stream, for this fic, I'm holding the plus button down for the Konoha Council. Because there is no limit to the amount of sins that gains you.
This is all. This entire sentence has immediately ruined the story for me, because, like...
We're off to a great start, ladies and gentlemen.
Also, I would like to point out that apparently
Already
Naruto is so rich, the Fire Lord, Tsunade, Jiraiya,
Actually,
We're
no,
already-
the
no, no, not
Konoha
Jiraiya.
Council, which is...
No, not Jiraiya. Jiraiya just wants the seals and Jitsu. But
Right.
Tsunade, the Council, and the Fire Lord all want to steal this money.
They all want this money, and they're gonna split it all between each other. Apparently, he's so fucking rich that even with that money split, can pay for Tsunade's outrageous debts, can actually add digits to the Fire Lord's wealth. You have to remember his luck.
No, this isn't even luck. I want to know the investments that the Namakazes and Uzumaki made.
They're all just
Because
playing a
holy
game of
crap, those
Monopoly.
investments.
They didn't learn that you should invest in hotels early.
What people had always assumed about
Set-
Naruto was that he was super dumb, but he was actually a genius. He first talked to the Kyuubi when he was 6, and the mob had beaten him near death. The Kyuubi confirmed this and began training him in secret, so he hid his power level. And now he has come.
Is it over 9,000?
Gas. All. The
At risk of getting us
Konohans.
banned, he just has a bucket with him filled with. I'm not gonna use that.
Well, I mean, if you really think about it, all of Konoha's ninja are already wearing bands.
Hang on, Zoc, do you know nothing about Naruto?
I'm joking.
Like,
I'm shit
well,
posting
Durf.
next. Don't worry about it.
oh, what are you? I'm sorry. Are you fucking catfishing in the chat?
I said shit posting.
I'm talking to Zoc.
Yeah,
Oh.
Durf
Oh,
here.
Zoc knows nothing about. Oh, yeah. All this is all complete horseshit.
Yeah, Durf, this is Fanfiction Contempt Theater, where we make fun of fanfiction. Which is fiction written by fans of fiction.
And this person clearly has not read it.
Yeah. Apparently this person hates Naruto. Like everything that was just read
This
about
person-
how,
Honestly,
like,
I want to read the Naruto this guy read, and apparently like 75% of the fan base read, because that Naruto looks way more convoluted than the canon Naruto. Because you got Konoha councils, and you got death mobs, and you got thievery.
casual child murder as well.
Can't forget the casual child murder. Sometimes there's rape thrown in. Like
I thought that was Harry Potter.
did all these fans read like this really weird fan translation of Naruto?
I apparently they read like the Duwang equivalent.
Anyway,
a
so
beautiful
Naruto got super strength, and
What
then
a beautiful
he
Duwangana. It's cool how to do it.
One day I'll actually read through JoJo, and I'm going
Wait.
to make sure my first reading is the Duwang translation.
No, actually, yeah, no. Read the Duwang translation so you can know exactly how people felt when it first came out. Because that was the only thing we had for a while. And then read part 4. That's actual part
Anyway,
4.
so blah blah blah. He overheard Root planning to banish him, so he left the village first, and blah blah blah. He went to the Hyuga because Hinata was his private slut, and blah 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 blah. It was then Hinata drugged him and dragged him into a special room. And, blah, 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 blah. Oh, yes, of course, Yame was poisoning him for years with the free food they were giving him.
stop pressing the plus button.
I realize this because I'm just gonna directly edit the file at this point. So I'm just going to edit this number here and change it to
Just change it to infinity at this point.
that about covers it. I think that's a good one.
Can you just attach like a small graphic in
I
place of
actually
the
can't.
numbers?
Unfortunately, I can only do numbers, so I'm just gonna do this and call it a day. Can't do that either.
Is there anything you can do?
Can I do that?
You can drink.
I can't do that either.
No.
Apparently, I'm just not allowed to edit this fucking number. I can increase the increments. That might help. Let's see what happens now. Nope, can't do it. Can't change it. I'm just gonna hold down this plus button for the rest of existence.
Guys, Sneaky's off his nut. He's gone full.
I'm
not
reading a
allowed to
Harry
do
pick, Harry Potter fic now, and
He's
it's
gone
really
full Womble,
tops
lads.
the usual brutality that the Naruto fandom has, and it's not horrible. All right, man, drop it on me. Fucking, we're just gonna go through this wall of text while I just hold down this fucking plus button because I'm done.
Yeah, Wait, hang on.
Also, so Naruto used Aime's attempted drugging and poisoning of him to gain resistance to drugs and poison. And then Hinata monologued at him about how she was going to enslave him and rape him several times, and that the clan was going to chain him up and rape him a lot. And then there'd be a lot more rape.
Where's that
And
edgy
then
banner
some
that we
rape.
used to have? Where'd
Oh
it go?
yeah, you're right. I should activating the edgy banner.
Because
There we go.
I think we've reached a new level of edge.
We're going to take one of the kindest, sweetest characters and have her rape
Yeah.
one of the nicest kids you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
This isn't even like fan fiction novels. This is like some edgelord on 4chan making a green text about someone's wife. Come on.
Oh my
At
god.
least try something.
Okay, so he was faking being drugged and then broke free from his shackles and fought Hinata. And then he clawed her face off. And then he ran away. And
So author hates Hinata X Naruto confirmed. Good to know.
okay, let's see. Okay, so Shizune then shot Senbon had him, and there was a hidden seal that he put on his possessions in case it was stolen. It contained a nuke within it, and if anyone tried to get in without the Kyuubi energy, it would go off and nuke the world. And the Kyuubi told him the worst news ever. The Senbon he was hit with specifically countered his healing abilities, and he couldn't purge it. It was meant to kill him slowly over the course of a day, but it would take a couple days because he had a high tolerance to poisons. That's not how that works.
No, in fact, since he has a high tolerance to poisons, this poison would no longer be able to counter his healing abilities, and they would be able to purge it no problem.
Yeah, like, see, okay, so let's get a little bit
That's
medical
not how
here.
poison
Let's get some
works.
biology going here. So, unlike video games, getting a bunch of poisons in your system doesn't make you resistant to all poisons.
No, it makes you resistant to that specific poison.
Now,
actually.
to be fair, there are genetic mutations prevalent in humanity that makes medicine, and by that line of proxy, etc., thinking, whatever that fucking. By proxy, there we go. Poisons less effective or more effective because people, they're the way their body acts with their specific genes and how it interacts with medicine and poisons. It either reduces it or strengthens it. It's a bunch of biology shit that I kind of all went over my head. But the baseline is the author's wrong. Some people can be more resistant to poisons in general.
Discover biology. Got it.
Yeah. Well, I think there are records that like you over a long enough period of time, your body can adjust to a specific kind of poison. If you like, I'm pretty sure if you're bitten enough times, you'll eventually just shake off rattler poison.
Yeah, no, actually, that is a thing. That is.
Yeah, it is. But the problem, the difference though is
the problem here is this is a poison that was created and concocted specifically.
The problem here is that the author is saying because Naruto had a lot of poisons in his system over time, he just built up a general antidote in his body to poisons that made them less effective. And it's just like, no, that's not how that works. The longer you are in contact with smaller doses of a specific antigen, which is to say anything that is foreign to your body, the better your body gets at dealing with it. So say if you were bit by, you
Okay, hold on a second.
What?
This sounds like this person, like, read One Piece up to, the where the guy with the poison was, and was like, yeah, that sounds like a cool idea for my story.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised if that was true. But
that's a very good chance.
The point I'm trying to get at here is, yes, you can develop specific resistances to poisons in the same way you can get vaccinated against diseases. Your body gets a little bit put inside it. It goes, so that's how you kill it. And now it knows in the future how to handle it. And each time it has to deal with it, it gets a little bit better at handling it. And it only knows how to handle that specific poison or disease used.
Yeah.
You do not build up a general resistance to poisons. Now, you can build up a general resistance to poisons by having generally all the poisons.
Yeah.
But
although at that point, some of the poisons will start mixing in weird ways, and some would have a chance of burning each. Some of them could just straight up burn each other out. In which case, you just wasted your time.
Specifically, when it comes to poisons and anything sort of toxic and etc., that is not a bacteria, but rather a chemical.
Yeah, well,
it weakens your body's immune system significantly.
You're pretty much resistant to anything, Sexus. So that's not a good point. That's actually not a good point. But the only way that this poison would kill him over the next few days as opposed to one day is if it was literally concocted of like a handful of the poisons he's been, exposed to.
Yeah, and because they're chemicals, maybe that would have worked, but then, as you brought up earlier, the problem is when these chemicals mix together, they can produce new chemicals, which might have similar, worse, or better effects.
That's why I said the only way this would work is if it was a handful of general ones, but I didn't get to finish, as long as they didn't mix into a unique poison. And that's what happened. It is a wholly unique poison now as a result.
Right. And the other thing is you can have a general better resistance, like I said earlier. It runs in my family, for example. Medicine's less effective on us. By proxy, not bites, but generally things that aren't exactly healthy for your body to be ingesting. And I don't mean food-wise. I mean, like, alcohol and drugs and shit that are not helpful. Those don't work too well either on my family. And fun times. But goddamn it, I'm becoming sober already.
Oh no, we need you sober.
We kind of need you sober for the show.
At least we need you, Buzz.
No, dude, look, I can't. My legs need to stop existing. I need to fix that.
Your legs have stopped existing.
No, they need to stop existing.
I don't think we're getting to him.
How many levels of painkiller are you?
I would say roughly 750 milliliters. This is what happens when you drink shabby American. I drink only the finest distilled vodka, sir.
How dare you assume that he drank beer? What's wrong with you? Pretty sure Sneaky would punch me if I ever offered him a beer.
I would, because I fucking hate the taste of beer.
Why do you hate beer?
It fucking tastes like shit.
Okay, well, what kind of beer have you had?
I've had over 12 IPAs, some fucking Vermont homebrews, fucking Coors Light.
Like...
I have run the gamut, good sir, of various alcohols I can drink. Vodka is the only shit I can stomach.
Wait, what can you stomach?
Vodka. Because it's just alcohol and distilled water. Yeah, no, my father tried handing me an IPA one time. He's like, this is a world-renowned IPA. I'm sure you'll like it. And I was like, jeez fucking Christ. It tastes like someone pissed into a boot and left it there for a month.
It's probably the point.
You think I could actually get money for that if I just peed into old boots and sold that as like some expensive IPA?
I mean, the FBI would probably arrest you at some point.
I'm pretty sure.
Call it the Devil's Homebrew.
I'm pretty sure that's also illegal.
Ah, no, I just won't call it beer. Like I said, it's gonna be called the Devil's Homebrew. Mysterious ingredients. A mysterious distillation method. Anyway, so back on track. Everyone was totally shocked, and he just told all of Wave Country everything about him, and they loved him, and they said he can live in their homes. And now he's in Whirlpool, and he's gonna kill Konoha, and blah blah blah. He enslaved everyone who ever died. And he has a spirit hammer. And a spirit bow. And the author is now literally describing what the fuck's those games they made?
Which games? Which
The Shadows of Mordor. He is literally describing.
Oh,
he's using the bow to build up
lying.
He's using up the bow to build up chain power of shadow kills.
You're lying.
We're literally becoming the edgiest edge that's ever had.
Sneaky, stop lying.
It is literally right there.
Stop lying. I don't believe you. I'm not looking. I refuse. I refuse to believe that this author could be so horrible.
And he absorbed the power of these defeated spirits into himself, both adding to his power level, which is still hidden, and enabling him to call upon them as his army. And then he killed all the samurai and shinobi. And then he freed all the Jinchuriki. And then he killed Orochimaru. And, yep, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And then Orochimaru exploded. And everyone who had the curse seals on them also exploded. And then he killed the Akatsuki.
No. That's
I'm not even
how it
shitting you.
works.
Him killing the Akatsuki is literally a paragraph.
That's not how it works.
That the author ends
No.
by saying, and he killed the Akatsuki.
Shit.
I hurt. I hurt.
And then blah 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 blah. Then he met
shit.
someone named
It
Karen
literally just ends with
Uzumaki,
that.
and he took her home, and she became his vassal. And then she was gonna marry Gaara to grant Naruto the wealth of Suna, and grant Suna the wealth of Uzumaki. And he only cried one tear as she disappeared into the distance.
Aw.
Blah 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 blah. After the team that was sent out to kill Naruto returned reporting success, they discussed how to separate all of Naruto's stuff and who is going to get the money for killing Naruto. And blah blah blah, blah blah blah. And then Jiraiya broke the seal, and the nuke went off, killing all of Konoha. Except for Danzo, because he cheated death. At the cost of his whole arm. No, I'm just kidding, only one eye. And then Danzo made lemonade.
Okay, you're just shitposting.
No,
Oh,
he decided to make lemonade.
Yeah, life gives you lemons. They took the fucking saying and did horrible things.
Okay, this
with it.
story has to be
Also-
This story is a shitpost.
Nosehair, you leave this song alone. It is one of the best parts about Shadow the Hedgehog. It deserves better than this story.
I'm just saying that
It
we have
deserves
reached levels
better
of
than this
We
story.
have reached levels of edge that are not possible. Oh, but yeah, that's a good thing.
Clearly they are possible, because we have reached them. And blah blah blah. Everyone was ending their trade agreements and alliances with Konoha because they harmed their Naruto-kun. Danzo took offense to this and sent Konoha Ninja to go fight everyone.
Didn't all of Konoha just die?
Yes, but Danzo took over.
What? What?
Oh, I believe you missed that part.
What? Okay. You know what? No.
You
I'm not
you
even
need to be drunk as fuck to read this to
I
the
am
end.
not acknowledging this.
Well,
Have alcohol with me.
good thing for me then.
Sneaky, no.
Sneaky.
Because
Sneaky.
I
Please.
will take you up on that.
Sneaky, please, no.
I think we unironically actually have to move in with him to make sure he doesn't kill himself.
And
Someone
then,
does.
Then Naruto killed everyone and burned down the fire daimyo. And when people asked who this was, all they could say was, "He's the Ranger." Right, really? Were we doing some Shadows of Elemental Countries shit here? You know the sad part? His other story is more edgy than this.
No.
No.
This has to be a troll. This has to be a troll.
No.
It's not a troll.
Oh yeah, and then Naruto died.
What?
Yeah, he was just like, oh man, wow. I have burned down all of Konoha and killed everyone that's ever wronged me. And then he died. Like that's literally
that's
it.
just
His
how it
heart
ends.
just died. And then he died.
Just how it ends.
And then he went to hell. And he saw in the distance his village in its prime.
I'm sorry, I had to go scream for a minute. Alright.
And then he took all of his armor off. And he walked into their arms. And he was in heaven. Because Naruto can do no wrong.
So he walked back to Konoha, which a bunch of people had already tried to kill him. And, like, rape him and shit. And he was like, oh, y'all are fine now.
This is a completed story. He has an epilogue and everything here. Why do you exist? God, this is just
A question
so
we all
awful.
ask.
Oh God. Okay, let's move on. There was another one I wanted to do. Worm. Fate Stay Night Worm. You know Fate Stay Night and Worm, right, Ricky?
I mean, yeah.
Alright, excellent. Then we're doing this one. So, this edgy story is called The Sun That Shines Upon a Darkened World.
Oh boy.
Yep. Are you ready for this? Because we're going in.
I mean, honestly, can I say no?
You can say no.
Yeah, listen, you're allowed to say whatever you want. Within reason, of course, but that doesn't mean he's gonna listen.
Especially not right now.
Not when he's
Well, that's
drunk.
because you're drunk.
I am not drunk yet. I am working my way to that point. Karna had found himself summoned into the world of Worm by Gaia itself. Yet for what purpose? As Karna tried to find out the reasons.
Why Karna?
Because fuck you. He had to protect his young charge, as well as dealing with a plethora of heroes, villains, monsters, authorities, and children. With his level of human relation skills, how bad can it get? This is rewritten.
Speech check 50 failed.
Speech check 25 failed.
Yeah, that's fair.
Alright, let's get some
Not specking
Karna.
into charisma.
Okay, here we go. Lancer of Red. Is that the correct servant we're talking about here?
Yes. That is from Fate Apocrypha.
Yes, the fate no one likes to talk about.
Yep. Son of the Sun God, the invulnerable Indian hero. Oh man, if only if we had oh, I want to get cruel in here. Just talking about Indian shit. I want to get him triggered.
You sure you want to do that?
Yeah, he's coming. Okay, well, he'll get here when he gets here.
He'll get here eventually.
So, until he shows up, we're actually going to keep this on red. Oh, there he is. Never mind. Alright. Alright, now that we have our token Indian, we can begin the butchering of Hinduism.
Oh boy. Who's butchered what? Where has this happened?
Nasuverse fanfiction
Oh
about
no, Nasu himself doesn't get Hinduism at all. So yeah.
about Nasuverse fanfiction about an Indian hero.
Who, Karna?
Karna.
Welcome to hell. We've been here for like an hour listening to Sneaky talk drunk.
Just to give you an idea,
Uh-huh.
Karna was basically an old ass fucking king who was nothing great. He was
Yeah.
a friend of another king, and then he fought these 5 random dudes and got shat on. That's pretty
I
much
mean,
it.
that just kind of history in a nutshell.
No, he literally went like, oh yeah, these 5 guys are very known for their strength. One of them can literally rip up a fucking like tree with his arms. The other one is known to be the best marksman in the fucking world. I'm gonna go and fight them in a melee.
Anyway, so this is Nasuverse's interpretation. Karna, the son of the sun god, the invulnerable hero of the Indian epic Mahabharata.
And by the way, he's not the hero of that at all. He's like, no, he's not even a side character. The hero of the Mahabharata are the Pandavas and Krishna. This guy shows up for like a chapter.
So Nasuverse just straight off the bat is absolutely butchering everything. Got it.
We already know that, like, if one of the Fate fanatics I know is to be believed. So, in Fate Go, Artoria's name is translated to Altria, and allegedly Nasu said it's not supposed to be Artoria, it's supposed to be Altria.
Why?
For no fucking reason, because he doesn't understand English, probably.
Why is the sin count at 12,819?
Sneaky
You don't
just
want to know.
held on
You
to
don't
the.
want to know.
He just held on to the button.
Dude, we just had a fucking wild ride of a fic.
Dude, listen. I can't feel my body. I've just killed a Rathalos, so I don't know what's going on.
Oh, anyway, so it continues with a bunch of bullshit about how awesome and amazing he is, and how he's super strong, and how he didn't hate anyone, and that he accepted everyone for who they were, and he believed in free will, and he was he challenged everyone who didn't believe in him, and proved his strength to them all. And then he beat up a bunch of people, and now he's super strong and a hero.
Alright, I'm gonna explain to you Karna in a nutshell, other than this just 5 dudes thing.
Yeah.
He is the son of a god, but that doesn't give him any special powers. Sons of gods in Hindu mythology are mostly just normal beings, but a bit smarter, a little bit stronger. Maybe like have a quirk or two. They're nothing great. It's their deeds that make them great. That's like the big thing about Hindu heroes. So, well, there's avatars as well, but that's a different thing. He was given a weapon by a god. He was given a thing that, you know what, your memory, you will only lose the knowledge of the Brahmastra, which is like the creation, if you fight a warrior of equal merit. He went and he fought Arjuna, who's the actual hero of the Mahabharata. He's a leader of the Pandavas.
Right.
And he's like the eldest brother and the best archer in the goddamn world.
Right.
Karna didn't. He just basically got shat on.
Right.
So that is his entire contribution to the full book. The Mahabharata is a huge book.
Right.
That's his entire contribution. He showed up with a godlike weapon, got shat on, gave weapon. He's a courier service.
Nice.
And so the courier walked out into the New Vegas.
Anyway, so the important part here that we're about to get into is his personality according to Nasuverse.
Yeah.
So according to Nasuverse, this character is supposed to be cold and unforgiving, and indecisive and boring, though he's actually really deep on the inside. This is an actual character description by the creator.
Self-insert.
Sorry.
Due to this characteristic, he doesn't have negative emotions.
Self-insert.
Possessing a strong will and a strong heart, however, he is known as the hero of charity, who never hates anyone despite everything.
Alright, listen, I'm gonna be very honest. He was a fucking racist to begin with. He would only teach Brahmins. He learned from a dude who only taught Brahmins. Because the dude who taught him, he also taught another guy who was like really fucking great called Dronacharya. And that guy was like, yeah, I'm not teaching you. Why do you ask my teacher to teach you? He's a fucking racist. So this guy learned from that guy, and then he became racist. In his rule, it was very apparent that he only liked the Brahmins and the Kshatriyas.
Nice.
Oh, you guys are high class. You can stay. Everybody else can go die.
So, now that we've learned all this interesting information, let's watch the author of this story absolutely fucking butcher it. This is, by the way, I don't know if you were catching up to this. This is a worm
I just saw it. I'm
carnacross.
seeing it now. Oh god. Oh god.
I wrote this story because I read too much worm stories, and I really like Karna. He's my favorite fake character ever.
Yeah, he looks pale and is emo. Of course you like him. You're an edgy 14-year-old, of course.
Also, I am still trying to polish the new chapter of Sharingan of the Crimson Princess.
Please stop naming your stories like that. Please. It's even worse when you use, instead of Sharingan of Crimson Princess, you'd say Sharingan no Crimson Princess. That's even worse. Please stop doing it.
Yeah.
Please.
Did they not even take the... I'm sorry. Did they just not take the time to translate Crimson Princess into Japanese? Did they literally just leave it as Sharingan no Crimson... Please tell me they didn't.
No, it was Sharingan of the Crimson Princess.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was just of the Crimson Princess.
I'm saying just don't do that because a lot of people do that.
Yeah, I know.
English word, no English word.
Well, to be fair, Japan does that.
Yeah, Japan does that too. Boku no Hero Academia.
It's a serious problem with Japanese and English. They just steal from other languages all the time.
So my favorite part about Japanese is they blatantly steal the English words, and you know they did because they didn't even change it from the English word.
Yep.
It's
No,
just Japanese, English word. Japanese.
Yeah, they just take it like, we'll just write this in katakana. We'll use this in the shitty alphabet.
How did this come?
I mean, it's even funnier in like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. They just literally just use English script. Just like, this is my stand roundabout in English script. Everything else in Japanese though.
Like, it just,
my stand.
I love the most blatant one in part 4. Red Hot Chili Pepper. Okay,
Red
you're
Hot
just not
Chili
even
Pepper.
just not even trying anymore, are you?
Red
Give it up.
Hot Chili Pepper.
Just let's name it that.
But no, like, I mean, like with English, because English steals words, of course, from every other language. You'll say a word and you're like, that sounds sort of like French or something, or Spanish or something. But it's not like we just took the Spanish word. It's like, no, we actually like tried to write it Englishy.
Well,
Japanese will straight up just be like, yeah, English
no.
word.
No, like, the problem with what you're saying, though, is that a number of words that we just take from other languages, we just leave them. Like, anything that's Latin-based or Germanic-based, we just leave the letters the same. We even leave tildes in place. Because
I mean,
it's
not
the
really.
same root. We just...
but that's weird.
Yeah.
How else can you spell Despacito?
Yeah, like, you're aware that, like, B-E-A-U, Bo, we leave that spelling the same, and we keep the pronunciation the same.
Wow,
Instead of
bro.
it being something like... God, how would it even go? Biao or some shit?
but
Like...
yeah, I know, but it's like because of how it's all Romantic language derived. It still looks like, okay, this is an English word probably, but it looks Spanish or it looks French or it sounds that, and it's,
Well, yeah,
it works because it's the same system of writing and the same system of pronunciation, roughly.
Well,
Yeah.
almost
We have access to so many consonants.
But, like, then you go to the Japanese and you, like, in some of their pop songs, they'll just be like, Japanese, jump! Japanese, it's just like,
No,
why?
I mean, like, here's
Yes,
the thing
no.
that I've learned about Japan. You know the number of weeaboos we have here? Well, they have about like twice as many Westaboos, effectively.
Yeah, they have the guy, like they have the people, Yankees. No, what the fuck was it?
What?
Like, why do you think there's so many animes about knights?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Literally,
they love the thing. They like love the whole like New York gangster thing. It's fucking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Of course,
Also,
Japan
like,
loves
nice and
like everything about history to the point where they just overdo the shit out of
Japan
the Warring
saw
States
greasers
period.
and produced
They
those
do.
guys with like the
As a
fucking
son of a-
motorcycle
There's-
haircuts.
Son of a bitch.
Like, there's so much. And I guess in
Gee, why don't
Japan's
they do-
defense, when the
why
most
don't they
exciting
do
thing
more,
was the
World
Warring States,
War
I
II?
guess you would just start borrowing from. I'm pretty sure they don't go for that because of the trauma associated with it.
Why don't make a hey Japan? Why don't make an anime about World War II? You'll love it, right?
Let's make it about every country being a person.
Oh god, that actually, yeah, you're right. They already did that.
Yes, they've already done that.
It's not World War II because Germany's not like a complete asshole.
Yeah,
No,
no,
Germany's like the reliable elder brother type thing to Japan and stuff.
Isn't that how it was for them during
Yeah.
World War II?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Nosehair, they've already made that anime.
Yeah, they've already made that.
It has a shit ton of shipping wars associated with it too.
Yeah,
Please don't remind me about the shipping wars.
Fangirls with cancer. What can I say?
I mean, I'm not even joking. There's a fucking anime ass game about food items and dishes being women.
Yeah,
I mean, you just said fangirls with cancer, and it's like I
Isn't that a-
play Kingdom
is-
Hearts. I'm in that fandom. You think I don't know
is
that
it
already?
is it a mobile game, Cruel?
Yes, it's a mobile game. Did you get the
Is
ad as well?
Is it called Food Fantasy?
Yes, it is.
Because I was like, I'm gonna go update my Play Store third-rated game that was just updated, Food Fantasy,
yeah,
and I'm
it's
looking at it. I'm
fine.
like, what the?
It's
And I'm looking at it.
fine.
I'm just staring at it, and I'm like, some of these character designs are interesting. Like that guy looks cool. That girl looks cool.
Alright, so
almost
in
want
the
to, but I'm
interest of
scared to.
collecting us back on the topic at hand of how bad this story is. So the author starts off the story with a shit ton of purple prose.
Oh, people love that. They think that purple prose just makes them a better writer because it's so thoughtful. It's so
And then the hero chants his aria, and
no, the mercy of the king of gods.
and then he destroys everything.
You know what Vasvi Shakti means?
What?
Big strength. Literal translation from Hindi.
Big strength.
Or universal power. That's it.
I love literal translations because you lose a lot of the meaning
Yeah,
behind
you
phrases
lose
as a
so
result.
much meaning.
Oh no, like I love literal translations because some of them it's like, oh yeah, that's just spot on. Others, it's like, oh, this is the literal translation.
Oh
What's the-
boy, so that's
Oh,
what
no.
we're doing.
What are we doing?
Time for point of view switch to Dinah,
the fuck is Dinah?
the little
The girl that can
girl.
see
Oh,
numbers.
Dina, alright.
Yeah, Worm. Yeah, the girl that can see numbers.
Yeah.
I still don't know if her name's supposed to be pronounced Dinah
Dina.
or Dina.
Dina.
It depends on what area of the U.S. you're from.
Yeah.
Dina.
As a Northeasterner, I'm declaring it's Dinah.
It's no. But okay.
Well, I mean,
Potato, potato.
as a Southerner, I'd probably also declare that because a Dinah won't you blow your horn.
Yeah.
So,
Chance is a dream.
Pistol fucking mama.
Sean parents are dead, 100%.
What happened? Thick red liquid came out of my parents as they lied still in front of me. Holes, small ones, were all over them.
I'm sorry.
One
hello?
was
Wait a
even
second,
on
what was
mommy's forehead. Thick red liquid came out of my parents.
Yes, my parents are like a little punchy bag. They just kind of and like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
we
that's
wish it was
how
another-
bullets work, right, guys? Is they leave little tiny holes in you?
At least it's not another liquid.
I guess technically yes, depending on the bullet used, but that's
They were shot up by 22s.
They're shot up by pellets.
I mean, to be fair, enough 22s will make you look like Swiss cheese.
Max, they got one of those drum rounds of 22 LR, which is like, blink away, motherfuckers!
What are you, hit a 2?
Oh my god, Sneaky. What is wrong with you? Wait, weren't Tommy guns 22?
No, dude, Tommy guns were fucking 45s. Like, holy shit, man.
Hold on a second. I'm looking this up. I'm pretty sure Tommy guns could also carry 38 rounds, but I don't know.
Tommy guns were either chambered for 45s or they were chambered for 10mm, was it? It was either 10 or 9, I think. But no, Tommy guns, as they're called, are actually Thompsons who have had their front grip changed to a pistol-like grip instead of just the flat bar of wood, and drum magazine added to it.
No,
but
they were originally like that. They were changed later.
And then they were like, "Hey, Tommy, pass me the gun."
No, originally they
nice
had the front forward grip, and they had the drum magazine.
Hey,
No.
Tommy,
Later
you
on,
don't
the
understand.
grip was removed, and they just
The
held it.
mafia.
And then just held it. They held it, and
Bonjour.
then they had the box magazine of 30 rounds because the 50-round magazine was too big.
Machiavelli.
No, I'm pretty sure the Thompson... Yeah, no. The Tommy gun came after World War II.
No, it came beforehand, dude. It was in the 20s.
Yeah, it wasn't World War One because I remember playing a Call of Duty game of World War
The Tommy's old as shit.
Thompson is old.
Like, literally, it was going out of style right after
38
World War
to
II.
71. No, in World War II, no, it was not going out of style.
After I said.
Yeah,
said
after,
after.
yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, sure, after. Like a solid 30 years after, almost.
It wasn't fucking used in Vietnam and Korea, that's for sure.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
Thompson submachine gun, also known informally as the Tommy gun, Annihilator, Chicago typewriter,
That's my
Chicago
favorite
piano,
one, by the way.
Chicago style, Chicago organ grinder, Chicago trench broom, trench sweeper, the chopper, and the Thompson.
If it was called a trench sweeper, it was probably at least used in one war.
I mean, it was, it has seen the Chaco Wars, Banana Wars, Irish Civil War, World War II, Indonesian National Revolution, Chinese Civil War, First Indochina War, the Greek Civil War, the Korean War, the Algerian War, the Vietnam War, the Troubles War, the Bosnian War, and numerous other wars. That's literally what it says at the end. And numerous others.
It was used in Vietnam, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, you actually didn't know that. Yeah, the Tommy 20 was used in Vietnam. I'm pretty sure they used clips though instead of drums.
They used clips like in World War II.
Yeah,
Why would
for
you use a
military
Tommy gun
deployment, they used.
Why would you use a Tommy? Well, I guess actually, since the M16 was so bad, according to everyone, I guess you would use.
And
Yeah,
it's
why
not,
wouldn't
it's
you-
not clips,
why
it's
wouldn't you
magazines.
Wasn't the Tommy known for being reliable? Like that was the AK of its day.
So the problem with the Thompson submachine gun is that it's extremely heavy due to its construction type, which is solid block milled steel, instead of like the various parts most guns were made out of.
Yeah, but like it was solid. Like
it was very reliable, but it was very heavy. Like very heavy for a submachine gun. And while it also used the 45 round to help boost its power to a ridiculous level for a submachine gun comparatively, 45 rounds are heavy when you're carrying that much.
Yes, as is known.
Yes, that. Yeah.
So the main problem with it being deployed, past like World War II is that it started getting really heavy comparatively to the other guns, which were higher caliber, easier to produce, and cheaper and lighter. The higher caliber, I mean, 5.56 and 7.62 and etc. for weight-to-weight comparison and power and etc. and usefulness in longer ranges and but yeah, no, it's middlingly accurate to decently accurate depending on how you're firing it. It's got a fairly large clip. It shoots 45s, and if all else fails, you can just beat someone over the head with it, and they're probably fucked.
Yeah, I like. Look, even with all those problems, though, like carrying one of those is because you know it's gonna see you through.
It was also, again, like I said before, very expensive comparatively to some of the newer models that were being produced.
Well,
the
I'm
thing
gonna
was
assume at that point they probably weren't produced much because odds are Tommy's lasted quite a while, didn't they?
It went from 38 to 71.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they weren't produced anymore after the M16 because of legal reasons or something.
No. They're still produced today. They just were not military issued due to cheaper, better firearms being produced.
Namely the M16. Granted, the M16 was a piece of shit when it came
Well,
out first.
namely 5.56 cartridge rifles.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, actually, the Thompson has only ever been deployed as a 45 ACP.
Really?
Yeah, no, it was not milled for any other round.
Huh. Well, I'm surprised.
Oh.
What occurred?
1922 22 caliber Tommy gun.
22 caliber. Okay, yeah, but not military.
Yeah. No, not military, but guess what gangsters aren't using?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
maybe they were gangbanged by a 22 Tommy.
Oh god. Yeah,
Why would
that's
you
completely
say that?
possible now. Yeah, all I did, I was just like, I wonder, Tommy 20, Tommy gun.
And
Thompson
now
gun,
everyone knows more.
So, for base,
even though we really didn't want to know more.
Jesus Christ, that's terrifying.
What?
No, that just like I for some reason I was like, I feel like I remember Tommy 20s being called that because they were 22s. That might be why. For gangsters, at least.
Yeah, the total weight when loaded was around, with a drum mag in its original incarnation, its total weight was around 13 to 14 pounds, and in the military issue it was around 11 pounds. And when you're lugging that thing around being shot at, that's a lot of pounds.
That's just not.
I know a gun manufacturer, and he actually mills Tommies. But over 1.5 million Thompson machine guns were produced during World War II. I would like to make note of the fact that 1.5 Thompson machine guns were made, and even today we only have a standing army of like, what, 1 million?
Okay.
I mean,
okay, so it appears that there are two models of the Tommy that could be used with 22 caliber. One was made specifically for it, and the other was, or a lot of them were ordered by the New York City Police Department alongside 45, 32, 38, and 9mm cartridges and barrels. That explains a lot.
The M1921 Thompsons were sold to the United States Postal Service in small amounts to prevent robberies.
yeah, just like your postman coming in with your mail and a
I got a delivery for you!
mail, motherfucker.
Rain, sleet, or shine, we get our target on time.
I mean, you joke, but that actually might have happened back then. Like, someone actually, like, hiring a man and doing it.
Oh my god.
America! Fuck yeah!
Oh boy. You know what? I love when we have like mini history lessons because we learn alongside our viewers.
Anyway,
Today I learned that the Tommy 20 had a shit ton of versions.
Anyway,
I learned there was not named after a guy.
Dinah's parents have been shot up by a 22 Tommy.
This is canon now.
What is this, The Godfather now?
Yes. The red liquid was on my face and hands. The sour smell of smoke and blood. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's a sour. Have you ever smelled smoke and blood, my friend?
It don't smell sour. That's for fucking sure.
Yep.
It smells of iron, rust, and burned things.
Yeah. Also, it just occurred to me if these were like proper like Chicago gangsters.
Yeah.
Those Tommy, since we're going with the whole Tommies,
Yeah.
those things would have been hollow points, so there'd be shit ton of gigantic exit wounds.
They were
And
all named Atin.
the
But no,
real
see, they were
assholes-
actually armor-piercing rounds because it's only a bunch of small holes.
Yeah, but like out of fun history lesson, gangsters like to use shatter hollow points where it would balloon out and they just break apart.
Yeah, yeah.
And like the exit hole didn't always match the entry hole in terms of where it was at.
Yeah, because it was basically the same premise behind the tri-pointed bayonet, in that you just create a wound that's impossible to fix, and so they just die.
Yeah, so like small entry hole explodes inside and just starts bouncing around and tearing shit up as it makes its way out. Multiple exit wounds now.
Yep. Anyway,
Those guys, you did not fuck around with those men.
I enjoy how Dinah uses 2 of her 3 questions she can ask that day to check if her parents are dead or if it's a dream.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, blah blah blah, she is crying, and, men were trying to kidnap her, and, why are people targeting me? Okay, no, look, she was actually really fucking smart. I don't know if that was due to her precogging or what, but Dinah was actually pretty fucking smart.
Actually, yeah, she was incredibly smart, and the only reason, if I
Guys,
remember correctly,
What?
there is new gameplay footage of Doom Eternal.
Oh,
Yes.
I saw.
Yeah, we know.
7 minutes of it. I only saw 30 seconds of it, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna put this down because this all looks really cool, and I'll play the game blind.
Why might
Yeah.
be heard?
Anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the only reason that Dinah would be like this is if it was after the Coil kidnapping.
That's true. But no,
because
this is
like
the Cole kidnapping, though. This
no,
is
no, no, I mean like after he successfully
No,
kidnapped her and
I know,
brought her
I know.
on the drugs.
And I'm saying,
yeah.
unfortunately, though, this is the kidnapping.
No, I'm fine with it being the kidnapping, but she wouldn't be this dumb.
I know that's
off
what I'm
the
saying to your
drugs.
point, though. Is like, your point is that post-Coral kidnapping and the breaking of the drugs
Oh
and all
yeah,
that,
sorry. Yeah.
she would be like that. I'm saying, yeah, well, unfortunately, this is pre.
Yeah, so unless her parents have her own medication that wasn't mentioned by Wildbow.
Anyway, blah 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 blah. Gun down the parents. Let's talk about this in front of her. Blah blah blah. Where do we dump the bodies? Blah blah blah. We should dump it in the slaughterhouse. People are cannibals, right? Nah, we should dump it into the middle of the sea, so the Coast Guard feels like playing heroes. What kind of fucking conversation is this? Don't desecrate my mommy and daddy. Don't defile them. Chance hero will appear. 100%.
Where are 4 questions now for her?
Uh-huh.
I mean, she can ask multiple questions, right? It just causes something.
She starts bleeding from every orifice.
Yeah, I think after 3, she starts getting headaches
at the
at
3rd
3.
question, she starts getting like migraine levels of pain.
Because I've like there's been many points in canon where like Coil has made her do more than 3 questions.
Yeah, and then she like starts fucking dying.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think once she gets to 3, she'll start having migraines, like Sneaky said. Gets progressively worse, and I think it's by the time it gets to question 9 or 10, she's just hemorrhaging.
Yeah.
Now.
Something around
Okay,
that.
listen, guys. I'm really interested in that, but Jesus Christ, this gameplay is giving me a boner.
I'm sure it is.
Then shut the tab.
Don't worry, my dulcet tones will kill any boners. Guaranteed, Doctor approved.
Jesus fuck.
Anyway, so it's more of a blah 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 moment where it's just bad, and then Karna shows up and he's all like, "Hero pose, stop evildoers." And apparently Dinah summoned him.
Yep.
Oh, it's a summon type. I thought she'd become.
No, she summoned him, and he asks, "Are you my master?" And 6th question, "Chance I am his master, 100%." I nodded. I am servant Grand Lancer.
Question number 5 for some reason.
Still
6, no
actually.
mention of the
6.
horrible headaches. Fuck.
And suddenly these questions are now genie wishes.
He beats up all the bad guys, and she
they
starts
pretty much
crying
are,
on his shoulder.
actually.
And we're swapping over to Karna's point of view, which is him being like, "This is an odd world. And everything is odd." And then blah blah blah, the Protectorate shows up. "I don't know anything about anything." And then here, let me explain everything to you. Blah blah blah. "What's your name?" "My name is Dinah Alcott." "I will confess right now, I don't have deep knowledge of the worm universe.
Then
So
why
I
are you
will
writing
likely
a fanfic
take...
on it?
Yeah, why are you writing a fanfic of it then?
A lot of people.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you the same fucking question when you start pulling shit out
But
of
the
your
thing
ass.
is, like, whenever I have an issue, I ask you.
Yeah,
So
that's
at
true.
least I have somebody on the side who can tell me stuff.
Like, it's fine. Look, it's fine if you're like, I want to write fan fiction for this from what I've seen and heard from other people, but you got to do some research then, like just
Oh, yeah,
wiki
no,
dive.
I've been on the wikis all fucking time.
You need to, you have to wiki dive. Like, you
Where I
just
can't
had,
find, I'm just like, Sneaky, tell me the answer.
Yep, very much.
like, fuck's sake, man. You just had Dinah Alcott do 5 questions, and from what I could see, no mention of how much pain she should be in by this point.
Well, she should be fucking crying in a corner.
And I have a fucking scene planned with that mechanic, anyways.
Anyway, please help me with his classifications versus the ratings of the PRT, because I don't think I can come up with accurate things. Hey guys, I know I completely wrote a off the seat of my pants story, and I didn't put any forethought into it. But you should all totally like it and help me out and make me write a better one. And somehow 634 people agreed with him. Which, I mean, is a lot for Worm.
Isn't the other story really popular?
What is this fucking story? What is this review? By the name Worm, I thought it meant the game Worms, not the anime. Worm.
I don't think he gets what anime this is. What this is.
I don't think you understand what the fuck. Not the anime Worm. Man, if Worm gets an anime, oh, that'd be great, actually.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'd watch that.
Same. I'd watch it.
Oh boy.
I love how this guy brings up exactly our problem. Dude, you need to take a look at this chapter again. You have a 10 to 12-year-old thinking about desecration and defilement while she doesn't know what bullets are. Or blood. Yeah, it's just like...
I have yet to meet man.
This is critical flaw in a lot of authors. They're kind of just like, I want to be fancy and make my words fancy, but also I want to write a child. It's like, well, you're gonna have to pick one then. You're gonna have to pick one then. Let's see. How do you feel about India, a Harry Potter fanfiction?
Huh?
Can I say no?
I mean, yeah, I can.
Why is the guy's why is the image a zebra riding a motorcycle?
All right,
What?
good
You
choice,
really want,
Ricky.
you really want answers to that question?
I would like one.
A
yes.
a Mass Effect Ruby Cross.
Oh, those are always painful. Go for it.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I'm just looking at that same trailer again and again. I just can't. This is
All
what I
right,
want.
let's get to it.
Trailer or gameplay?
Destiny. Such a complicated word. To think
Stop
that the
looking
fate
at it.
of the galaxy rests in the hands of the few is madness. I mean, no, not really. It's usually the few are making the changes because the many are too retarded or stuck in their ways to change.
Sneak is a part of the few, huh?
I mean, I guess.
I mean, we all like to believe we're part of the few.
I wouldn't exactly describe myself as that.
But we'd like to believe it, wouldn't we?
If people want to apply the label to me, I'm not gonna stop them.
Absolute lad.
Therefore, I must be insane to
The
think
absolute
that you
unit.
can shoulder the burden alone. But you can. Why did this suddenly change into like this first person summary? What the fuck?
Yay!
You must shoulder this burden alone, for it is the very reason we saved you from your fate, Ruby Rose. It is time for you to find your destiny in this doomed galaxy. Quote from Unknown.
Rise and shine. Raven.
Rise up.
Rise and
Hunters rise up.
shine.
God, fuck.
Don't
Miss
falling down
Rose.
again.
It's time to wake up and smell the ashes.
Also, I've never seen the chat this dead.
That's because Isley is in here. We just have a lot of lurkers.
It's generally Isley and Bake and Zex in life.
I stood alone in an empty world. Around me, like, I want to remove this edgelord banner, but apparently today is the day of edgy stories.
When is it not the day of edgy stories?
When we just get stupid ones.
Oh yeah, that too.
Around me, the darkness of a lifeless galaxy spanned the endless sky.
Listen, Sneaky.
Huh?
If the story does not have D-Train in it, is it worth reading?
That is a fair statement, but I believe so.
D-Train?
Just call me D-Train Dark. Do I really have to call you D-Train? Yeah, you do.
Train.
My name is D-Train Dark.
The protagonist we need, but not the one we deserve. I told you the guy actually replied to my review saying, I know that's kind of shit and stuff. At least he was like owning up to the fact that his story is absolute garbage.
Oh?
So I gotta give him props for that.
Which story was that?
The D-Train story.
Oh, yeah. Then I saw life High above me, there are more worlds hanging in the night, life slowly coming into being on their surfaces. I
Sounds
watch
like
civilizations rise and fall, growing all the while to fill the whole galaxy with life. I saw
Okay,
things
is
that
this the
astounded
elusive
me
man or
to
is
this
this
very
She-Man?
day. But do you know what else I saw? Light. I am the traveler.
Is that Destiny?
Yes.
It's worse than we thought.
Every being filled with life, no matter how small, had light. Yeah, this is fucking. This is straight up Destiny.
Yep. I don't even like that game, but I know enough about the Traveler to tell you right now that's fucking Destiny.
I watched as decades turned to centuries, and soon the galaxy glowed like a sun. But
Is this
among the
actually
billions in
from
the
the
seas
fucking,
of stars, I
game?
saw special few blessed with great power. The light of their lives burned silver, shining like suns. These special few kept the peace, guarding, protecting the hundreds of species in the galaxy. But then the darkness came. Like a tidal wave, they poured from beyond the edge of the galaxy, purging
Dude,
all in
This
its
is
path.
literally ripped from the Destiny intro. And the Codex.
And the
Literally, like the
Ruby
exact
intro.
wording.
You also can't forget the Ruby intro.
Jesus,
Everything
bro,
was
this is a
going
mixture of
good
the two.
until it didn't.
It's literally just a mixture of the two. Like, oh yeah, I want to end this one here and begin this one right here.
Yep. And this is just Destiny, Ruby, Destiny, Ruby, Destiny. Yeah. So, Silver Eyes opened in a panic, reflecting the furious fires around her as Ruby Rose burned in hell. Where she belongs, some might say. The voice in her head vanished.
Wait, what?
Hello?
Huh?
Why would Ruby, of all the characters, be the one that deserves to burn in hell?
No, he's just talking about Ruby in general because some people don't like Ruby, which is understandable.
Listen, guys, it's time. Ruby Doom crossover.
I mean,
It shall be called
rip and tear until there's nothing left.
I mean, Nora would be happy.
I'm telling you, we can call it the Room.
What?
No, we
Stop.
can't. You
Stop.
motherfucker.
Stop. Stop.
Fuck you.
What is
Stop.
wrong with you?
Every day.
You tag me a pot girl!
I already told you, like, I want to write that fucking like worm crossover as well, where Scion is actually what's his name? Ben Shapiro, and he destroys the Endbringers with logic and facts and epic style win.
You mean not as Jew money?
That too, yes.
Because you see, I'm a small 5'5" Jewish white man, and
Yeah.
are you threatening me right now because I am a small man?
Face job.
I just want to make it clear that you are threatening me, a small white Jewish man, right now.
See, that sounds so wrong when it's coming from you. Jesus fuck, stop it.
Shapiro just makes it so easy to make fun of him.
So apparently somebody's made bear claws which you can use to make the perfect pulled pork. Or you
Excellent.
could use a knife.
Nah, bear claws. Anyway,
this is
so
hard.
blah blah blah. She woke up on the ground. Everything is on fire, and she's crying. And then more explosions happen, and then burning buildings, and everything's on fire, and everything's burning, and then more explosions happen, and then everything's on fire. And now she's screaming, and then Anderson saw another building explode. She's the sole survivor of Mindor. Okay. Yeah, and they find Ruby Rose. Let's see. She's panting and she's crying, and she's wearing strange clothing. So she's wearing her Ruby Rose clothing. Okay. And that's the end of the chapter.
Okay.
All right.
Can you move on?
Yeah.
'Cause this,
Let's move on and never read that again.
Basically.
good idea. I stand by that.
How about a Halo and Mass Effect crossover called Daily War with My Monster Girls?
How about 9? He's still gonna do it, isn't he?
Oh, I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
This fan fiction is an AU mega crossover between Halo, Mass Effect, and Monster Girl, Monster Musume. Especially the other ones. The
Why?
other ecchi ones.
Why?
Specifically the Monster Girl verse.
Yes.
Why not just make it Metal Gear?
Metal Gear.
I'm sure that one also exists.
Otcon.
We
You
might
gotta
have
link
to.
this.
We
story,
might
or
have
we
to.
gonna-
Yeah, I believe this. Yeah. Okay. So good news. It's a timeline.
Okay.
When
Oh,
humanity
right.
touched the stars, they did so with the help of the monster girl species. When the Covenant
Because
tried
of
to
course
wipe out,
they did.
when the Covenant tried to wipe out mankind, they did so unaware of the martial prowess the UNSC had. At least until the UNSC stumbled upon Relay 314, opening the Forerunner cluster to the rest of the Milky Way galaxy. Along in a mad scenario of being strangled by brutes and elites on one side and being strangled by red tape on the other.
Okay.
I somehow doubt the martial prowess of anyone will prevent the Covenant from shooting plasma at your planet and roasting it alive.
Hold on a second. Wasn't that the whole point of why humanity was losing?
Yes,
Because
because
they had literally better soldiers, but they just could not fucking...
well, no,
deal
it's
with-
not even that humanity had better soldiers, because we didn't. We had worse soldiers, but we were more numerous and more coordinated, and we didn't rely on fear to control the soldiers. Because if you took out the elites, the jackals, and the grunts, and the other various species under their command would kind of just, like, fucking go crazy and not know what to do. But the problem was in the UNSC versus Covenant is that the Covenant would just be like, alright, we've taken out your orbital installations, we're just gonna nuke your planet to oblivion now with plasma. And then, so it didn't matter if we beat them later and took back the planet, because the planet's just a fucking molten ball of rock now. And
Mostly because Truth found out that we were the real Forerunners, and just like, no!
yeah, I mean, yeah, well, that's the whole reason why they tried to genocide humans in Haloverse. But the reason why the humans constantly were on the losing side is their ships were better, and it was a very Pyrrhic victory trade-off whenever the UNSC did win, but it would be one thing if they took the worlds and just like occupied them. No, they glassed them. And so it didn't matter if we won in the future. They were glassed. They were gone. They were not able to be resettled, and everyone on it was dead.
I mean, they made really cool space disco balls, but that's about it.
Yeah, so it was basically what the North did to the South during the Civil War.
Minus the glass.
No! No, the North did that to the South!
Pretty much assaulted all the fields they went by that were
Oh, yeah, Kim,
No.
that's a little fact about my home state. Yeah, our capital got fucking burned in a swath of destruction.
Fucking Sherman just kind of looted the Capitol and then burned it all to the ground with all the civilians still inside.
Yeah. In fact, we have a place called Underground Atlanta. We literally rebuilt the city over top the ruins, and I think we built over the ruins of that one afterwards.
Yeah.
So basically, you guys are telling me that you hate each other enough to do shit like this.
No, dude.
No,
Look,
no. One
Sherman,
man in particular.
Sherman was a special case.
Yeah. Sherman was a fucking psychopath.
And you gave him power.
No.
No, the North gave him power.
No,
And then
look,
he ignored. No, sorry. The North gave him orders, and then he
look. We said
those
Sherman.
orders.
Look. Sherman was in power because of the politics of that era and his birth, and it was like. So anyway, so everyone was like, "Holy shit, Sherman's basically a psychopath." We're gonna send him to the West and tell him to capture like California and shit. That should keep him away for a year. And then out of fucking nowhere, he wins the West, proceeds to burn his way from Texas to Georgia, and then up the East Coast. And I mean literally burn. He just destroyed fucking everything in his path. And burned it all, and salted fields. And it was just like, what the fuck, Sherman?
Well, was the tank named after him?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. That's what you give him for destroying half a country, basically. You name
I mean, it won us the war because there wasn't a South anymore. Like,
So who's ready for Halo 6 to be
look,
on
they
PC?
say history is written by the victors. Even the victors were like, what the fuck, Sherman?
Oh, I'm almost out of alcohol.
How unfortunate.
Anyway, so let's get into this timeline. Oh my fucking god, author. The prologue. 2012. To end the decades of high tensions and armed conflicts, the Interspecies Exchange Bill is successfully passed, and the monster girl species began their cultural exchange with the humans. Except the Middle East and Africa, where they were raped and dismembered for parts for being heretics and devils.
Children found in New Mexico compound
Yeah.
were trained for school shooting.
Yeah, he was Muslim.
Makes sense.
Yeah. President Barack Obama warmly shakes the hand of the graceful woman in front of him, smiling as he did. He liked shaking hands. It was his thing.
And I'm pretty sure that this can technically not be on this website, as you are not allowed to have actual
Obama?
people
No.
listed.
No, you can.
You
Oh,
can.
wow.
There is a
Really?
real person fanfiction section on this website.
Oh
To
god,
be
I
fair,
thought
he might only be in this one section.
I guess they changed the guidelines, and I just somehow missed
Nope,
that change.
it's still
That
illegal. It's just the website itself has caved in.
No, guys, come on. That was one of the few rules I appreciate you enforcing, because you nearly lost the website like 3 times because of this shit.
I hope we can make this treaty work out in the long term. She spoke with an accent he could not immediately place. The president nodded reassuringly at the woman, calming her worrying heart with a simple gesture, for that was the power of the president of the United States. He said his trademark. Yes, we can.
Okay. Kill me.
Honestly,
punishment
if
must be more
Obama
severe.
was in charge of an interspecies relations bill and its procedures, we would probably be in a genocidal war at this point. Just saying.
But don't you know, Sneaky? Obama can do everything.
He's Obama.
While this event eased the tensions between the world's superpowers, the potential of extra species tipped the balance. War was inevitable. 1 year later, interspecies marriage was legalized. In preparation for the conflict, everyone got guns.
I mean, in unison, you'd be happy with that. Okay, I believe that you could solve the entire left issue by just giving them guns. You know,
Yeah, and then they'll try to shoot people, and then the right
No,
will be back.
Anyway,
Better.
blah 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 blah. Where are the recruits? They're over here. I'm a personal instructor. We cultivate the unique abilities. Blah 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 blah. She's gonna be our marksman. Show me. She fumbled with her weapon and took aim. She opened fire, and in the span of 6 seconds, she nailed every single target with 2 hits.
1, 2. Nice.
Depending on the gun, that's not possible.
Everything's possible for a monster girl.
Of course. How long have they been training? 4 weeks.
Okay, no.
Okay.
What?
Okay. Blah blah blah. This was just a lucky civilian. Blah blah blah. The girl was in possession of a dark green tail and wings. That's my girl. She is
Wings?
a Serioth, our hand-to-hand specialist. She's got wings. Damn, that girl has freaking wings. Is this some kind of goddamn zoo sergeant? Not enough cursing for a drill sergeant, honestly.
I was gonna say, there does weren't nearly.
He didn't like being insulted like that. She belongs to the reptilian demi-human race, commonly referred to as dragons. So we got a dragon girl. Why are we recruiting these people? Because they're super strength. She's got Kevlar for skin, better than Kevlar for skin. How strong is he? She's super strong. And then everyone was like, damn, these monster girls can be used for war.
Okay.
And then everyone was like, damn, everyone's got
She-Man.
monster girls. We shouldn't kill each other anymore. And then the Netherlands got an army.
Okay, this is now going into the realm of impossibility. Netherlands can't have.
I'm just kidding. They made Spider Girls their police force.
That's also kidding.
Sounds like weird.
Um,
I mean, for some people, I'm sure they're happy, but I don't know.
police brutality prompted many would-be criminals to take up different occupations.
Uh-huh.
A mono-eye marksman set the world record for longest recorded sniper kill without a scope.
That's not how it works.
That's not how...
I mean, like, you don't need 2 eyes to aim a gun, but you do need 2 eyes for depth perception of a shot that far.
As somebody who doesn't have that perception, I'd say that's fucking important.
There's a reason why I was impressed I was even able to hit targets at 30 meters away.
What gun were you using?
M1 Garand and a K8.
Well, the M1
Oh,
Grand's got a
30
fucking
meters,
nose.
you're fine. 30 meters for that, you're fine.
Max, I can barely see out of my right eye, and my left eye is no compuso.
Were the targets brightly colored?
No, it was shiny metal.
Oh, they were all brown.
Oh, well, that's probably why. You're 30 meters with a shiny target. You're gonna be fine.
And you have a fucking Garand.
Look, man, dude. Look, you don't understand. My family apparently can't shoot guns.
That's good.
Like,
Okay, are we
I
sure
was the
that-
most accurate.
Okay, Sneaky, are we sure they didn't just kidnap you from a southern family? They've been lying to you this entire time.
I
He was
wish.
born with a big iron strapped to his fucking chest.
No, dude, I was not born with a big iron strap to my chest.
Big iron.
Are you
Big iron.
okay? Did you know if
When
your
he tried to
grandfather could shoot?
masturbate.
Because there's a chance to just skip the generation.
Art goes, the
To go
only thing
down
I
on
hate
his
more
foot.
than discrimination based on nationality is the Dutch.
Fucking Dutch.
Oh, Arn.
10 out of 10, mate. Anyway,
Just
so,
the vitriol we needed for the night. Oh, good, it's 8:55. We're almost done.
Okay, yep, okay, so the Cyclops is shooting things with her,
Chicken strips.
okay, yeah, apparently she's using like a 20 millimeter rifle.
Yeah. Is this supposed to be like a Cyclops?
Yes.
In which case, yeah, no, Cyclops would probably have a
Yeah.
couple workarounds, but
Well,
still.
I mean, okay, in the universe, Cyclops have like weird vision or something like
They
that.
have magic
evolve.
vision.
But
Effectively, yes. No.
Cyclops, would it be really hard to actually use a scope?
No, well, no.
Well, they use special scopes, I think, or they have like.
Yeah,
No
they
scope.
have-
Right in the middle of your forehead.
She
instead of on the
360
side.
no scope some mook.
Okay, this is
I
like
mean-
something I'm going to explain because this is actually sort of important to the universe
Uh-huh.
and the story of the
And,
monster. Girl.
you're extremely well versed in the Monster Girl hentai verse.
I mean, he seems like the kind of person who would be.
Well,
I guess
no,
so.
but I read the series, so fuck off.
That's even worse. Okay.
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
But you're aware that's a completely different. If you're referring to Monmusu, that's a completely separate thing from
Wait.
the Monster Girl universe. You're aware of
I
that,
heard
right?
something. I heard Monster say somewhere, and I don't know where I heard it. And I thought that's what we were talking about. That's not
Monster
what we're talking
Muse
about.
is just an addition to the Monster Girl verse that the author is including.
Monster Musashi Miyamoto.
Wait, is it the same author?
What?
Is it the same author? Cause
No,
my
the
understanding was that it's
fanfiction
two-
author is saying that the Monster Girl hentai shit is the Monster
Oh.
Girl verse, and Monster Musume specifically is part of that Monster Girl verse in their AU.
I always thought. Okay, that's stupid.
But they
Never mind,
no.
Ricky. Continue.
no stop.
Continue, since
so
the
this
author's the one of the wrong.
Yes,
Please
Arden,
continue.
this whole story is just demi-human wank. Yep.
Well, I mean, yeah. Basically, in the Monster Muse universe, basically Cyclops have like special vision that allows them to see shit well because they evolved to not have like that special vision. They just don't have peripheral vision. That's their problem.
Yeah, they evolved without the need for like
Yeah.
depth perception like we use it.
Yeah, I know, Arn. That's why they're mad. Because the author is saying that Monster Girl Quest is actually the main part of it, and Monster Musume is just an offshoot that's also part of it. Yeah.
What's his standard though?
The stand
Except it's
is
not. It's its own
get fucked
series.
to.
Free.
Anyway, so as we continue, kobolds detect bombs and stop bombs in Yorkshire. I wonder why there's bombs in Yorkshire.
Who the fuck would want to bomb Europe?
Yorkshire,
Irish,
is
probably.
that
Isn't
a
it?
common problem?
No, it's not. Nobody even cares about Yorkshire.
Anyway, so, blah blah blah, the governments of the world replaced dogs
there
with
was
kobolds.
Bombing, apparently, in Yorkshire in
Yeah, but nobody gave
1974.
a shit about it.
Blah
It-
blah blah, demi-humans
Huh.
kill a shit ton of terrorism cells. Blah blah blah, demi-humans are so great. Blah
I mean, that
blah
makes sense.
blah, CRISPR is completed, allowing for human genome editing. Bioethical concerns are expressed about the prospect of using biotech for editing the human germline. Yeah, well, we're probably gonna do it anyway, because damn it, some people really want cat girls.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to having one.
Just remember, guys, cat
Also,
girls
I-
can't consent.
No. I'm not talking about to have sex with at all. I've just been like, do my stuff at home, just fucking clean up, do my laundry, stuff like that. Imagine having a cat
Girl
to go.
maid.
So
Yes.
you just want a maid?
Yes, but I won't have to pay her because it's a cat. All I gotta do is get some catnip for it.
That's not. No, that's not how it works.
that works.
That's not how that works.
Well, you see, cat girls can't consent because they are cats, and
Exactly, so I don't need to fuck it. And it
Yeah,
can't
exactly.
consent to work, but I technically own it.
Well, here's a question though: is this what level of furry are we dealing with here? Is this just cat ears and cat tail?
Yes.
Or is this full
yes,
fur?
we're dealing with cat ears, cat tail.
Listen,
Okay,
as
then it's
long
not
as
a
it
furry,
goes-
therefore it's allowed to be fucked.
listen.
Yes, but
As
you
long
can't
as it
you can't
goes-
fuck
it doesn't
because that's rape because cat girls can't consent.
Except they can because they're basically human.
No, cat girls cannot consent.
Can they speak?
They can speak. They
Are
can talk.
okay?
they have-
Are they sentient and sapient? Are they fully
Yes.
Go
self-aware?
for your
Can-
cock, it wants it.
Can they think? Therefore, they are.
Yeah.
Can it be killed?
At which point we would probably have to we'd probably have a new civil rights movement on our hands.
I mean,
Either
that's
that
it,
or
it's,
you
it's
get-
funny you mentioned that because in the series of Monster Musume, not
Sneaky,
Monster
what the
Girl
fuck? What is that first result there, Sneaky?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not clicking on Reddit. I just I don't know, man.
What is
Fucking Reddit, man. I don't
University
know.
of Virginia? What the hell?
Well, University of Virginia, you put your research money to good use. Can't go.
Can't.
They
Can
No,
cat
you-
girls?
Here we go. It's a meme, you dip.
Why are you looking at Reddit?
Cat
Oh,
girls
God.
can't consent.
Are you actually expected to find anything useful on Reddit ever?
Of course, it's VR chat.
Oh no, it's a video. Oh no,
No,
it's a video. No.
It's
Why is this Judge Dredd?
no, it's a guy. It's a lawyer who makes YouTube videos, and one of his like reoccurring memes during his live streams is people saying cat girls can consent, and his opinion is that cat girls can't consent.
Oh my god.
What a lad. Was there an
Um,
Read that and tell me anywhere if it says cat girls can't consent. I want to see the exact words. The cat girl content is needed to fuck a cat girl. I need that exact phrase somewhere.
Well, no. If they have thoughts and feelings, that means they have civil rights. That's how it works.
I love the comments in this thread. If loving cat girls is wrong, I don't want to be right. So is this what it's like to be a criminal?
Oh, no one's posted the I am the
I'm gonna be honest,
you betrayed the law.
Non-humans have no rights.
I'm married to a cat girl in Final Fantasy 14. That's all I'm saying.
Also, Mac, it's funny that you mentioned that there would be a new civil rights movement because in the Monster Musume universe, it's actually happening in universe.
What, cat girls can't consent?
Well, no, there's like a full-on civil rights movement for monster girls. Like, hey, are monster girls like allowed to do things? And it's like this whole law is like, hey, you can't harm this and you can't harm that, and it's kind of like being abused by humans and monster girls alike.
I mean, why don't
You're
we just
like,
file them
why
all
is your
under the pet
political
domestic
commentary in
laws?
my etchy? What the fuck?
We just file them all under the domestic pet laws.
I
That's
mean-
worse.
No, it isn't. See, as long as it gets me a free person to do all my cleaning, cooking, and stuff, I'm happy with that.
Kilm just really wants a free maid.
Yes, I
Right now, you're sounding a lot like Cyanide. Just like flooding a fucking harem to feed you
As
toast.
I said before, if I get enough of them, I might start a cotton field.
God fucking damn it.
You're a fucking slave owner.
I am glad.
No, Ricky. He is a pet owner.
Yes, I have many pets.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. He's a minority, and minorities can't be racist.
Exactly. See, I win that by being brown.
What are you, fucking Cyanide now? Is that what you are?
Yes, he is from India, you dip.
I know, but I know. I'm just saying because
Give me a second. Need
Cyanide
four
made a
words.
fucking.
This is good stuff. I got. I need to buy more of them for the fun sale.
Anyway, so blah blah blah, genetic breakthrough about Lima. Blah blah blah, human supremacist
It's already 9:04,
organizations.
guys.
Arn, don't move to Saudi. Over there, they don't care about cat girls. As long as you're a girl, you're a fucking slave.
Yeah, basically.
It's not even a joke.
Blah blah blah. Lima representative shot to death. Culprit armed and deemed too dangerous to arrest is shot to death by the police. That's not all that. I'm assuming this takes place in America because the rest of the fucking world doesn't have armed police.
I mean,
This is America. Wait, actually, hold on a second. No, other places in the world have armed police. What are you talking about?
India has armed police. They're just not dumb.
Yeah, like that actually took me a second. I'm just like, Japan has armed police.
Japan has armed police.
Japan has
And they make it
technically
difficult-
armed police.
They literally make it more difficult to buy, like, plastic model guns than it's harder to buy guns here. Like, the
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
like
to the
guns in
point
the-
where that's a fucking subplot in Persona,
Persona, yeah.
5, where it's like, oh
No
yeah, I
spoilers,
sell model
I still
guns.
haven't finished it, by the way.
Yeah,
I
it's
have
like,
to finish
oh,
it.
You don't. It's kind of shit.
The
Yeah, where it's
human supremacist organization, the
I'll get
Christian
trouble.
Identity, vocally oppose civil rights for snake
Oh.
women.
I can't even say the author's
I think-
wrong in assuming that's what would happen.
I mean,
Fuck.
are we actually siding with the author for once? I mean, I've shown interest in having a cat girl made.
I mean,
I'm just
no,
waiting
it's
for
really
the-
looked like no. Honestly, I think the author's expressing sympathy
Yeah.
for the non-human filth, and I think we have to disagree with him on principle.
I mean, considering you consider me subhuman, Phil.
You are not playing Stellaris. You don't have to go full Nazi right now.
I am not going full Nazi. I'm just saying that demi-humans under proper ownership and direction of humans is a superior relationship for everyone involved.
I mean, have you not seen Demi Lovato? You leave her to her own device and she goes to drugs. You gotta control these.
You're not allowed. I don't know why we let you on. We're fucking screaming right
Anything I say cannot be used against you in a court of law because I'm a minority.
Oh,
Also, I'm really drunk.
Well, no, you don't understand, Ricky. He's here to fill my diversity quota.
See,
Oh
see,
my
I'm diversity hard.
please stop. Oh,
now.
no.
You're gonna get departnered.
No.
Fuck, that reminds me, I am Twitch.
This is the day that Sneaky lost his partner with the
Hey, I'll just fill in the void with like cat.
Oh, anyway, so demi-humans are awesome and blah 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 blah
They really like
Um,
I think we should end the stream now. I think we should end the stream now. I think we should
Human supremacy. The Crusader Collective, a trans-denominational religious group dedicated to the pursuit of humanity.
The pursuit of human. We want human. Please give us human.
First
like to-
slime girl individuals are adopted within intelligence agencies in 2019, provided their ability to infiltrate, prompting a rivalry with arachne infiltrators. Oh good, we got some race war going.
Oh no. Oh no.
Alright, I'm just gonna have to go now, so I'll talk to y'all later.
He wants to have
Everything just gets worse.
Everything is actually getting worse.
It's just-
Stop the stream.
This is it literally turns into the demi-humans are Antifa and calling the UN fascist pigs, and the Crusaders are trying to regain humanity.
It sounds like a certain.
What the hell? What is going on?
I would give up if I was you.
Why
You're
is
a
this
stop.
still going? What?
What is
How much
this?
thought has gone into? There's a lot of thought going into this.
No, I love how this is literally, it is not a chapter, it's a timeline.
The best part about this is apparently the separatists of Halo are replaced with the demi-species of Monster Girl Quest.
Meme review.
What is this?
This is what you get when you let the mind wander.
So
The Templar
Wait.
The Templar Order attempts to declare war and genocide of all demi-humans.
okay, no, you know what the problem here is? They have been integrated for the last 500 plus years.
Apparently, this war is actually just a Civ game because it just keeps going.
Holy crap, author.
Read the 2089 paragraph. The past victory of the Crusader Collective inspires the formation of the Frieden military movement based on the Jovian Moon, sponsored by the Unified German Republic. Drawing its philosophical origin from 20th century fascism and National Socialism.
Wait, I didn't know that Arn made a country.
We got freaking space Nazis.
Space
So,
Arns, call them Space Arns.
at what point does Spartan 117 get his harem?
The next chapter.
I certainly hope so, because at this point,
Yeah,
the
he
only way you're
won.
salvaging this is revealing this to be full-on humor and nothing
No,
else.
Listen,
In fact,
And
this
then the
story is
Turians
listed.
find them.
Matt.
Okay, this story is
I'm not-
listed as humor romance, and the first chapter talks about progressive, like, supremacist conversion of hatred against demi-humans, continuing for 5 centuries.
Matt.
What?
The author put so much into this.
I
You
don't
expect
care.
more?
When I look, no, listen. When I open a story titled "Humor Romance," I don't expect to see the degradation of demi-human relations.
I mean, as Arns, so like as Arn put it, he's
I don't know, Max. I was laughing pretty hard the entire time.
Oh no, I was laughing, but this is not what I would. I want from my humor romance. I want my rom-com. Damn it!
Don't you know, this is just a really elaborate rom-com in which race wars are going on.
I'm sorry. Listen, I don't mind genres mixing, but I really don't want political intrigue mixing with my rom-com.
What if we mixed Romeo and Juliet with World War II Germany and space? Also, Monster Girl hentai.
I'm telling you, we can still write that Ben Shapiro fic, but we can put Monster Girl in it now.
All I'm saying is, I'm pretty sure we could sell this to Hollywood. Anyway,
Maybe not Hollywood.
Thank you to everyone who lasted this long. We'll see you all Tuesday at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. This is SneakyDevil signing off. And remember, there's always more, and it always gets worse.